Title: Shadows of the Assassin. Prologue. In the heart of a small Romanian village, shrouded by misty mountains and murky rivers, a girl named Jenny Tailor was born into a world of poverty and despair. The winds of destiny howled through the alleyways of her childhood, whispering tales of violence and survival. An orphan by the age of 10, she learned the hard way that life was a merciless battlefield. By the age of 18, she was no longer the lost girl of the streets, but a fierce assassin. But once you enter the shadows, you cannot simply walk away. Chapter 1. The Broken Home. Growing up in the small village of Varfel de Piatra, Jenny's early years were defined by struggle. Her mother died from a cause unknown to her, while her father was a ghost, barely present and often drunk. Jenny learned to fend for herself, navigating street fights and making connections with dubious individuals. It was here she met Victor, an enigmatic figure, who introduced her to the world of combat and survival. Survival is the only law, he told her. Through Victor, she found purpose. He trained her in the ancient arts of the assassin. When he disappeared one night, leaving behind only a blood-stained note, Jenny vowed to use her skills for vengeance, targeting those who preyed on the innocent. Chapter 2. The price of power. Years passed, and Jenny became a shadow among shadows. Her list of victims grew, as did her notoriety. She would not be remembered as a mere killer. She was Jenny Tailor, the ghost. But her actions caught the attention of powerful figures, including FBI special forces and rival militia groups. An unexpected mission gone wrong caught the eyes of Miranda Cross, a ruthless FBI agent hell-bent on bringing her down. A team assembled to hunt Jenny down, but every attempt only made her more elusive. The chase spanned continents, the bustling streets of Istanbul, the serene landscapes of Austria, and the gritty alleys of Bangkok. Chapter 3. Allies and Enemies. While on the run, Jenny found unexpected allies. Max, a hitman with a conscience, Ara, a former intelligence officer, sought redemption, and Elena, a local in Romania who reminded her of her own lost innocence, became a family of sorts. They each had their reasons for standing against the forces after Jenny, united in their struggle against a system that sought to destroy them. The group plotted to reveal a conspiracy that sunk deeper than they ever expected. It wasn't just about assassins and FBI agents. It was a web involving corrupt governments and shadow organizations. The stakes were higher than just surviving. It was about justice. Chapter 4. The Global Game. The pulse quickened with every confrontation. Each chapter of their adventure led Jenny and her allies deeper into the underbelly of international crime. From dodging mines in the Afghan mountains to outsmarting mercenaries in South America, they traveled from one perilous locale to another. Each enemy had its own motivations, each confrontation stripping away freedom and presenting the bitter taste of survival. But they weren't just running. Jenny was learning to embrace power. Her journey led to unexpected transformations, forcing her to confront her past and reshape her identity. Chapter 5. Final Confrontation. The climax arrived in a desolate warehouse on the outskirts of Paris, where everything came together. The conspirators who manipulated events from the shadows revealed themselves, and Miranda Cross faced off against Jenny Tailor one final time. The lines between hunter and hunted blurred. In the heart-pounding confrontation, truths were unveiled, alliances tested, and sacrifices made. Who would rise from the ashes? Could Jenny succeed in clearing her name and bringing the big players to light? Epilogue. Rebirth. The sun rose on a different Romania. Jenny, scarred by past battles, stood not as an assassin, but as a warrior endowed with hope. The world still loomed heavy with darkness, but she had found a purpose beyond vengeance. Working with Elena, they uncovered the web of corruption, igniting a movement dedicated to seeking justice for innocent lives lost. No longer just a ghost in the shadows, Jenny Tailor walked into the light, ready to fight on behalf of those who couldn't. And as she gazed towards the horizon, she understood that the journey had only just begun. The shadows may always whisper her name, but now she owned her story, transforming not just herself, but the very landscape of the world around her. The end.